A woman calls it quits on her marriage. She'll have no trouble finding someone better. But reality hits hard. Let's see how this one plays out.
So when I left my first husband, I was not making a lot of money. I want to say maybe back then I was making like $55,000 a year. And I had to pay him child support.
This is what they don't see when divorcing. They need to find jobs and do everything 100%. A man has no issue with that because, in order for a man to get married, he already passes this stage of independence, so he has no issue going back to it. It's even less expensive for men.
Because we had 50-50 custody, and that's how it works. Like, whoever is making more than the other person has to pay that person to make things equitable for the children. And he managed to lose his job while we were separated and going through the divorce, so therefore I had to pay him. And it wasn't a small amount for somebody who was making like $55,000 a year. I want to say it was almost like $400 a month I had to pay him. So during like the year after we split up, I ended up going into about $8,000 in credit card debt. I had to use my credit card sometimes to buy groceries and stuff.
Oh, boo-hoo.
This is what social media never prepares them for.
One thing's for certain and two things for sure. Thinking the grass is greener on the other side is going to cost you each time. Because if you've already been blessed with someone who has shown you nothing but goodness, grace, and genuineness, what would possess you to think that it gets better than that? Knowing there's already a drought on loyalty and good people, you're going to sit there and remove yourself from good green grass. On over there thinking the grass is green on the other side, and then you get over there and you realize it ain't even real grass, it's turf. Then you finally come to grips with life and you realize that the grass you was previously on was the best grass you ever felt in your life.
Expecting the grass to get greener is like having a good life but gambling to get a better life, only to end up losing everything and wishing to go back to the way things were.
Grass that actually grew things, grew flowers, had you growing, had you blooming, had you flourishing. But you chose the artificial grass over the good grass. And now you stuck over there with all that fake crunchy grass. Only then is when you understand that the grass is not always greener on the other side. Appreciate what God blesses you with.
I'm never getting into a relationship again. My happiness is very important to me. This is why actual dating is necessary.
So I'm a divorced mom of 2, and I have them week on, week off. And sometimes it's really sad. I miss them a lot, and I'm used to seeing them every single day. Last time they were at their dad's, I was like super depressed.
Gonna cry?
And I don't miss being married, but I miss being able to see them every day. But I was just laying here thinking how much better divorced life is. For one, I don't have to have sex if I don't want to.
Okay.
If it's the other way around, we'll be judged and called out for not doing our duties.
But if I want to, men are easy.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting.
You can have sex any night you wanted to have sex. I'm forced to take time for myself, which means that I haven't lost my identity in being a mom. Which, since my identity isn't tied to being a mom, I'm not as invested in who my kids are.
This is the problem. While it might sound good to support whatever our kids choose, it's necessary to not blindly do it and to stop them if they're going towards something wrong.
And I mean that by they are allowed to be whoever they want to be, and I get to love them where they are, instead of me having expectations and then them trying to be that person. 5-star steakhouses used to be a special event thing. Now they're a normal date night. And some guys even think I'm funny.
I was trying to get into your pants.
Here's a statistic across the line. 87% of second marriages end in divorce. You know why? The grass is not greener on the other side. All that stubbornness, you just brought it into another relationship and you just compounded the situation. The grass is greener where you water it, where you poke holes in it, where you throw poop on it, and you keep working it and working it and working it. That is my marriage counsel to you.
I couldn't imagine a worse regret than realizing that the grass isn't greener when it's too late.
Don't leave what's good for what you think is better. Because by the time you realize that better ain't good, good has found better.
The grass is greener on the other side is a plague that has swept over this generation. It is a clear lack of commitment, poverty of patience, and just plain greed, all in the name of I deserve better or a cover-up of ambition. If you were truly, genuinely ambitious, did you work on the patch of grass that you currently have? Did you do your due diligence? Or is it just a delusion and entitlement of I deserve better and there's something better for me out there?
The grass is greener mentality is fueled by greed. As humans, we have good feelings and bad ones. The key is to channel the bad ones, not suppress them.
How old are you?
I am almost 30.
So do you think dating is easier for you as you age?
Absolutely not.
Why?
The dating pool is a lot smaller, and or there's a lot more baggage to be a part of this.
So you see why men go for younger women then?
Absolutely. I mean, I get it. But I'm not a younger woman, so you get what you get.
What the f? How long did it take you to realize that though?
How long did it take me to realize that? I'm an independent woman. Either way.
Okay, so do you think a man wants a masculine or a feminine woman?
I don't think it matters
You serious?
what he wants. I'm going to be who I am, and he can take it or leave it.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
It's like recycling waste and turning it into something useful and harmless. People need to realize that in order to be loved and accepted, we need to fix our attitude and accept the fact that no one is perfect. Trying to give the impression that you are perfect will only make people avoid you because it gives off a bad vibe.
Mama, I'm here to say that child support is only for absent fathers. Not because you guys broke up. He's a complete deadbeat, yeah, go for it. If you know that he takes care of his kid, gets them when he's supposed to, you're just a bit...
I believe people should keep their relationship friendly after divorce for the sake of the children.
31 and getting a divorce because you don't like him.
Yeah, I fell out of love with him.
Okay, but do you have any children?
No, thank God.
Well, and you've been with him since how old?
Since I was 18, but we got married at 20.
All right, and what do you think's waiting for you out here?
New possibilities.
That's one way to frame it.
I just think we outgrew each other.
That's fine.
You know?
That's fine.
Outgrew each other can be used for something like dating for a week or two.
He's ready for kids. I'm not ready for kids.
You want to divorce your husband because he wants kids and you don't want kids? That's fine. But for somebody who's been married for nearly half your life, what do you want from a man in this world?
I want love. I want companionship.
You had that.
But you make it seem like people can't outgrow each other.
I said you had that. And it's your responsibility as a wife to keep it going.
And it's also a husband too.
This is the problem that tends to happen in our relationships. It's 50-50 instead of 100.
It's true. Waiting for the husband to fix everything on his own like a magic trick is unrealistic and not how it's supposed to be.
Did you do your 100% best to make sure that your marriage and your relationship lasted?
Yes, my husband wanted me to stay home. I figured like since I went to school, I worked hard for my degree and my career. Why should I have
Women.
to give it up, especially when I don't have any kids?
Okay. So your husband wanted you to stay home and you wanted to go to work?
Yes. But Kevin, I work, I'm a nurse.
Congratulations. But listen,
I work with a lot of doctors, actually.
So what? Ladies, I want you to pay attention. This woman has been married, and she's telling me as a man who's out here who have clients of these men, and I'm telling you, men don't care like you think we care.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Putting a career before a family is disappointing.
I am 44 years old and I am newly single after 24 years of marriage. I have been dating for the last few months, and let me tell you, it's wild out there, y'all. I'm already racking up some stories. I was thinking I might want to share a few of them here. Some things I've learned, some things that I've experienced, some things that I have thankfully not experienced because I realized it was a bad situation before I got myself into it. Of course, there's always the guys who tell me they're single and they're actually married. There's the guy with the Schmex machine. Yep, I have a story that talks about something like that. Dating has been an adventure. It has been fun. It's been crazy.
We do not care.
It's sad that some people see it as a game.
I got a question for the fellas, actually for the ladies as well. I was watching this show. On this show, the wife decided to divorce her husband so she can go find herself, right? This is like after 20 years of marriage. The husband fought for her. He didn't want her to leave because he really did love her, but she had to go find herself, so she took off. Was gone for 3 years. So the man was hurt, but he picked up and, got along and started living again. Didn't get back into a relationship though. He stayed single. The wife comes back 3 years later and tells him she's dying from cancer. The man then says, "It's okay, you come home, I'm gonna take care of you." Knowing that she's going to die, I wanna know how many of you would have did the same thing. You gotta remember, this is your wife or husband of 20 years. They leave to go find themselves, come back 3 years later, tell you they're dying from cancer, and he decided he wanted to take care of her or be there with her for however long that's gonna be. How many of you would have did the same thing? And if not, what would you have done in that situation?
It's a very complicated one, to be honest. I would think about what the other person would have done if they were in my shoes and start from there. And honestly, I had a lot of respect for this guy. He showed her kindness even if she didn't deserve it. And this act itself will make her regret leaving in the first place.
He was the most loving, kind person. I had all the love and support that I could have ever wanted. But I think I went through a period wanting money. Like I wanted to be with someone and be at a different level. And I saw him work all of the time. It's one thing to like work from like 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night, day in, day out, and still have no resources.
This woman had the perfect man. Bro. This dude doing everything in his power. He making her feel special. He taking care of the crib. He paying the bills. And it wasn't enough because she couldn't live in excess. Bro. So she broke dude's heart and went to go be with a dude who treated her like an option.
Bro. She broke the love of her life.
She belongs to the streets.
Always remain good and kind, even if things end. Because when time passes, they will remember that you were a mature person who remained good till the end, and they will regret losing that.
Hey, I'm lying here in the green room on my own. We're filming today.
That is actually sad to see, but each is responsible for their own life. Men, stay focused and hold the line.
Getting a divorce. I just wanted to rip off the band-aid and tell you guys there are 2 people involved with this, so I'm gonna keep the details private, but I will be talking about my experience navigating this. And yes, I have a small account, but I know people are interested in my life and my husband's life. He didn't sign up for this, so I just ask that you guys respect his privacy. Because not only does it hurt him when you guys leave comments on old videos and stuff, it also hurts me. Obviously, this is a person that I still love and loved a lot. I think I kept out of leaving mean comments towards someone. So, together 5 years. Those are memories I'm thankful for. It's really painful losing that and losing the person that felt like home. I know this is for the best. I think we both know this is for the best, but it doesn't make it suck any less. But let me tell you, I will be taking you along for the ride. Starting over. It's all of the divorce stuff. My biggest goal is feeling secure. So obviously I have 2 dogs. I need to find an apartment. Thank you guys for giving me patience while I've kind of dealt with this behind the scenes.
I could never understand people that claim they still love each other and end things. As long as there is love, people should not stop trying.
You expect to get child support?
Yes, ma'am.
And the child has been living with him for almost, it's a boy or girl?
Boy.
His whole life?
Yes, ma'am. Well, when I get my baby back, I want child support, yeah. He makes way more money than I do. I want my baby back and I want child support.
I'm sorry, you have to excuse me because nothing you're saying is making sense right now. You came to court to ask me to give a child back to you that was taken from you, that's 5 years old, that's pretty much lived with this man the entire time.
We need stricter rules to make sure that child support is 100% being used on the kids and not for anything else.
Taken care of.
They took my baby away because my ex-boyfriend is an abuser and I'm not with him anymore, so I want my baby back.
Right, but the child hasn't been living with you. The child has been living with him.
Yeah, because of my ex, and I'm not with my ex anymore.
I wonder why it took her a while to come around.
Yeah, so no, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. He would literally have to have given you the child back. And then you come in here, after you've been having the child for some time, then you come in here and say, Judge, I want this to be changed. I've been having the child this entire time. I want him to pay child support. That would be a little bit more reasonable. But what you're asking for today is very unreasonable.
Okay, well, give me my baby back, and then I'll come back in a while and ask for child support.
Well, I can't give you your baby back because I never took your baby. Okay? Actually, nobody really took your baby. You lost your baby for your own negligence with your ex-boyfriend. That has nothing to do with me. Okay? Now, fill me in over here. The baby was placed with you after the boyfriend hit the baby?
Yep.
And he's been living with you ever since then?
Yep.
You've been taking care of him?
Mm-hmm.
You paid for everything for the child?
Everything.
What does she do?
I visit.
She visits unsupervised.
Okay, congratulations. Financially, what does she do?
Financially?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, that's what I figured. Okay, I see what's going on here. Yeah, and I'm not about to play this game with you.
The judge was 2 steps ahead.
You're the one that's going to pay him child support today.
What?
Yeah, you are.
He makes like 3 times as much money as I do. I have to give him my money?
It's for the child, so yeah.
This video is going viral right now of this woman who said she did not want to be a responsible parent, so she gave up her kids, and now she's having to pay her old husband child support.
Okay, so in November, I decided I no longer wanted to be a responsible parent, and I gave up my kids. I was just tired of being responsible and caring for them. I felt like I was too young and I wanted to go out there and experience life, and I started dating someone else, so it just didn't fit with my new lifestyle. And I didn't have anything to worry about because the other parent is a very responsible parent. But now I'm here because now I'm earning child support, and to top it off, I'm really pissed off that I took care of them all the way up to November, and I couldn't claim them on my taxes because the other parent had already claimed them.
All I can say is, what has this world come to, man? This woman, this mother is mad that she has to pay child support because she abandoned her kids because they didn't fit her lifestyle. Like, could you imagine being so entitled, so evil, to just think that you can just throw away your kids and think that, you know, the club lifestyle or this, you know, lavish lifestyle is better?
Some people don't deserve to be parents. If you want a club lifestyle, traveling, and going to parties, maybe you shouldn't have kids. And the worst part is that she's angry that she had to pay child support, not the fact that she left her family.
I don't know who needs to hear this today, but if you're thinking about divorcing your spouse, think again if you have kids under 16 years old. Now, this excludes any kind of domestic violence, drug abuse. Obviously, if that's going on, leave safely. But for the average person, you just don't like your spouse anymore. You just decided they bug you, they annoy you, you're bickering. You think the grass would be greener. You forgot all the reasons why you met, married, fell in love with this person. And now time has passed, you're at each other's throats, and you want to get a divorce. It is not what you think it's going to be like, because you're only really thinking about separating from this person. But you're not thinking about what it's going to be like when you only get to see your kids 50% of the time. When they only have X amount of birthdays or X amount of Christmases before they're 18 and they're on their own, and 50% of them now don't belong to you. What it's like for the kids when they have to be bounced back and forth.
Divorce destroys the family, and it's a process with no going back. The regret will do no good after that. Not to forget that they'd have to start over and pay 100% on their own.
How you're going to feel when another woman is raising your children and calling herself their mother. These are the things I want you to think about. James and I are at his daughter's graduation out of state right now, and there's a lot of blended situations between family members that are going on here. And so we just got to talking about our divorces. And it's been 15 years for him and 12 years for me. So when we get in the car, we're about to drive back to Texas. I'm going to do another video with James, and we're going to share some stuff with you guys. So don't forget to look for the second video, but think twice. Think twice about this divorce you're thinking about. It's not going to be what you think it is.
You know how they say the grass ain't always green on the other side? Well, on the side where you are,
Your grass has always been green. Always. Anybody who went to the other side, they immediately regretted it. Immediately. They might have never told you that they regretted it, but I'm telling you, they regretted it. You have never been confused about who you are. You might have been just a little bit like, where's this coming from? You know, why do I feel this way? You had questions this whole time. And now that you're finally getting those answers because you have been, you know, faithful in wanting a relationship with God, He's giving it to you little by little, little by little. You have endured so much over the last few years, and not even just from your own mistakes, but from the mistakes of others, because you allowed certain people to stay too long.
The grass is never greener on the other side. Instead, we should focus on nurturing our own grass and taking care of it ourselves. Because wanting to explore the other side or comparing yourself to others is the thief of joy. Well, guys, that was all for today. We'll be back soon.